Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Holly and I'm the creator and maker of Sprinkle Club. Today we are going to plan out your social media content calendar so you know exactly what you're going to post and you're not running around like a headless chicken. I post on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. Especially for me having a full-time job, it's vital I plan my content ahead as my time is very limited. So what are we going to go through today? Ideas, batching, scheduling and repurposing. First we're going to start off with the creator insight search on TikTok. Not many people know about this, but it's great for finding gaps in the market and generally just finding ideas that people are searching for. On the search bar in TikTok, you want to search Creator Insight Search. Then click the View button. Then underneath, if you scroll down, it will give you a lot of things that are trending. So for example, I'm going to click the luxury bag on a budget, and you can see what the popularity has been over the past month. And below, you can see some of the videos that have been created for this. If we go back and go on Content Gap, these are things that a lot of people are searching for, but there's not necessarily a lot of content out there on it. So what I would do, I would click on one of the things that is related to my niche. I would scroll down and click on one of the videos and see if there's anything that I could recreate that is similar. Obviously not a direct copy, you don't want any copyright, but something to help you give a bit of inspiration of what you could do related to your business. If you think any of these videos could be used for inspiration in the future, what I do is I would share it and send it to myself in my inbox so I can go back anytime and look for some inspiration. The next way of coming up with some content ideas is actually looking in the comment sections of your videos that are in your niche. So if people are asking questions about something and they're not being answered, then it's a great topic for you to make a video about that thing and it answers their question. This is honestly a great way of making endless amounts of content because the amount of videos that you can find out there where creators aren't even responding to comments, and if you make videos about these things, you know people are actually wanting to know about it, so hopefully they will do quite well. The next one is to Google questions or subjects. I know this sounds really obvious, but it's not. I will show you a bit in depth of what you can do to come up with an endless amount of ideas. First of all, you would search your topic. So I'm going to search what to wear with a pink bag and hit enter. And what you want to go scroll down is to this section here. So every time you click on one of these, it expands and then adds more questions underneath. So if you look at the ones relevant to you, so I'm going to do what goes well with a pink bag, you open it up and then you can see that 2 or 3 more have appeared, and then you open some more and you keep doing this until you've got a massive list of things that you can make videos or content on. And if you want to go into even more depth, you can click onto each link and read the article or blog or whatever it is and make notes from that and then make a video or any content from that. Lastly, we're going to use ChatGPT to come up with content ideas. So I'm going to ask it, can you give me content ideas for a pink bag? So basically you can just work your way through this and cherry pick some of the things that you think would work well, and the ones that you don't think work well you can just discard. You can even go further than this. You could say, I really like point 1, can you expand on this and make 10, 20 new pieces of content just from this? It's just a really easy way of generating ideas. ChatGPT isn't always the best because it doesn't know some of the things, the background that you have, but the more you can give it, the better that output will be. Now that we have loads of content ideas, we're going to go over how to batch your content and stay organized at every step. We are going to head over to my Notion social media planner and head to content ideas on the left and scroll down until we hit the content ideas section. Here I have set up 3 columns. So the first column is brain dump. So this is when the idea hasn't fully been fleshed out and it's literally, you just want to get it down just so you don't forget it. And then the next one is when it's more of a finessed idea and you think it's almost ready to be made into content. And then the last section is when that has all been finessed and you drag it over to signed off ideas, and then we would go on to the next step, which is creating the content. So I am going to scroll over here and click add a new page and click this little button here. And what I've done is I've made a template for each piece of content from each social media platform. So you have a checklist of exactly what you need to do for each one. So you are super organized and you're never gonna miss anything out. I'm gonna click on TikTok video for this one. And if you scroll up, you can see these are all the sections that we need to fill out. So in the notes, this is going to be what the piece of content is about. So I'm going to call this what to wear with a pink bag. Next is what is the idea stage. So at this moment, I would say it's probably a brain dump right now, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do for it. Then next is the content pillar. So I guess it's probably product or community, maybe product, because I'm going to be showing my pink bag in the piece of content. Next, you can choose a date. I'm just going to choose the end of February. And then next, this is any inspiration that you have. So if you have any images or anything like that, you can add that here. And also if you have got a TikTok video that are drawing inspiration from, you can paste that in here so you can refer back to it later. And below is just any files or media that is related to this that you need to upload. And then once you've created the content later on down the line, you can upload the final files here. And right now the status is not started, but all of this I will go on to in the next section. So for each social media platform, as I said, I've done a checklist for each one. And basically you just need to work your way through this. So have you researched any video ideas? Yes. Have you written the script? No. What dimensions you need to record the content in, and then you know what you need to upload it and everything like that. So what I would do here is, first of all, I would write out a script of exactly what I was going to say in the video. I find that when creating content, it's not good to go exactly from the script. It's good to do bullet points and then expand on that, just so it feels a little more genuine when you are actually doing the content and you're not like a robot. Next are any of the clips that you need to record. So it's always good to have a list of everything you need to film, because if you figure out that you've missed something and you know you need to re-record it and it's never going to look the same because of like the time of day or whatever like that. So this is always good to keep a list, and at the time of filming you can keep your laptop or phone to the side and just check off everything as you are recording it. Next is to put your caption in. So when you're ready to post later on, you can just copy and paste this and it is done. Same again for hashtags. And when you're doing hashtags in advance, it gives you a bit more time to do a bit of research into them rather than just posting anything at the time. As you can see here, my content idea has showed up here, but now that I've filled everything out, I'm happy to drag this over to signed off ideas so we can move on to the next stage. The next stage we are going to go on is the content schedule. So you click that on the left and scroll down, and you can see the idea has appeared in the not started column. Before you move on to this stage, the not started section should be full of loads and loads of content ideas that you're happy with and they are all signed off. Now you are ready to go on to the next stage, which is to start actually creating the content. So first, I'm going to start by dragging this idea into the in progress section. The in progress column is just to say that this is the next thing that you are working on. Next, you need to click into your idea and figure out what you need to do next. So for this one, it is going to be a video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this here and go over. So we don't need any photography for this one, so it won't go there, but I will drag it to the needs recording section. Then when you're ready, you will spend a whole day or however long you want just working on everything in the needs recording section. And then once you have recorded all the clips, you are ready to move everything over to the needs editing section. And then you spend another day or however you want to plan your time, and you will literally just edit all of those clips that you filmed the day before. And then the next section is if you need a voiceover. So again, once you've edited, you will add the voiceover after. Now you have gone through every column, you can drag the video to the ready to schedule section. And from here, you can upload your video to a scheduler, or personally, I like to post everything manually. So what I would do in order to remember everything, on the date, you can click to include a time. So let's say I'm going to do 6 p.m. for this, and you want to have a reminder. So I normally do it 10 minutes before. And if you click off, you can see that it's got a little clock by the side of it. So if you download the Notion mobile app, you will get a notification to your phone, and then you know exactly when you need to post that piece of content. If you are like me and you prefer a calendar view of all of your content, you can go to the content calendar on the left-hand side. And if I go back a little bit more, you can see on a holistic level everything that you have scheduled, and if there's some piece of content that you think is a bit overlapping and you can easily drag things, so say if I wanted to move this, I can move it there, or I can move it back. It's just easy to plan everything and see everything as a whole. And lastly, we are going to repurpose all of this content we've spent our hard-earned time on. On the left, you would want to click on the repurpose content page and scroll down, and let's click on vertical videos first. So as you can see, this is the piece of content that I have just put through the whole process. Below, I have put a checklist of where you can repurpose each piece of content. So for a TikTok video, for example, you can repurpose it on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. So what you would do is you would repost it on Instagram Reels and you would tick that off. And then same again for YouTube Shorts. And once you were done with that, you would drag it over to the repurposed section. I have a section also for static posts. So if you made an Instagram post, for example, you could repost it to Facebook, X, Twitter, Pinterest, anything like that, and it makes your content work a lot harder for you. What I would say though, it's not always a good idea to repurpose everything. When it comes to TikTok videos and Instagram Reels, I would say yes to repurpose those. But when it comes to an Instagram carousel, for example, I probably wouldn't repost that on TikTok because it's not quite the right platform for that. What I would do is I would adjust the images so they filled the full screen like on TikTok, and use the TikTok text so it looks native to the platform, and I think it would just perform a lot better. That's what I've seen personally from my content. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video has been helpful and you can stay on top of your social media content this year. If you could like, subscribe, comment, anything like that, that would be amazing. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!